Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Steckline Report. On the last report, we told you we was going to talk about water this time around. And we're going to do that. Have a special guest coming up in 60 seconds.
I first got started in the cattle business. My wife and my father-in-law got me into it. I love dealing with the animals and being in the outdoors. At American Ag Credit, I know a lot of them are in the same business that I am. You know, therefore they understand what I need and what problems I'm against, so they can work with you on it, and it makes it much easier.
It's been passed down to me through the generations, and I want to pass it on down to the next generation or two.
At Case IH, we are committed to being in the field, working with producers. That's why 2/3 of our experts are out there helping them with on-site solutions to increase power, improve efficiency, and maximize their productivity. The world of farming is changing, and we'll be there to ensure you're ready.
I'm ready. Visit your local straw dealer today.
Hi, friends. Back to the Steckline Report. We appreciate you joining us. With us today is our special guest. She used to be the Attorney General of the state of Kansas, 8 years. And now she's Mrs. Steckline, but still Carla Stovall. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks, honey.
We have to talk a little bit about water because, boy, you were involved with a lot of water issues as the Attorney General of Kansas. And primarily with Nebraska and Colorado. Could you just give us a short synopsis of what happened?
Well, my predecessor, Bob Steffen, sued Colorado initially over violation of the compact we had with them, and Kansas eventually won, and that whole lawsuit was put to bed last year. So Colorado is determined to be in compliance with the compact, even though from a practical standpoint, I'm sure farmers in western Kansas still think that they're not getting enough water, but technically they are.
So they're okay, but we have a little problem with Nebraska.
We continue to have a big problem with Nebraska. They just don't want to play by the rules of the game, frankly.
Tell me, you talked to the Attorney General current, not him, but his people. What are they saying?
Well, the assistant that I spoke with today, who's in charge of the water litigation, said that Kansas has a great deal of frustration still with Nebraska, like I did in 1998 when I sued initially. After the U.S. Supreme Court said that Kansas is right and that Nebraska was stealing our water, Nebraska continued to take more water than they were entitled to, 150,000 acre-feet more than they were entitled to. So the current Attorney General sued again in 2010, and the draft report was issued just in August of last year saying Kansas is right. Nebraska has again taken too much water.
That was August of this year, wasn't it?
That was August of last year.
Last year, okay.
And the final report then will be issued this fall that will go to the U.S. Supreme Court. And then Kansas will have the opportunity to argue in front of the U.S. Supreme Court and ask the court once again to find that Nebraska is still violating the compact and taking too much water.
Well, one of the things, though, Carla, that I just saw on the wire, they must be trying to correct something because they purchased a huge farm that has many irrigation wells that supposedly they're going to use those irrigation wells, they being the state of Nebraska, to pump water into the river.
That's one of the ways that they're trying to make up for how much more water they're taking out of the Republican than that they are supposed to.
So they're admitting it.
They admit it, but I would argue that what they will put into the river to make up for what they take out is not at all equal to what they're taking out. But it's one measure that they could at least say, look, court, we're trying, even though it will fall far short of what it would be to make it equal.
Well, what's the final answer? Farmers are farmers the guilty ones in all these states?
Well, in Nebraska, I think there is definitely too much water being pumped in those irrigation districts, but I'm quite sure that municipalities use out of the Republican River in Nebraska, just like they do in Kansas. That's why we have fought so hard in Kansas to protect our farmers and our municipalities, because we all depend on that water, and there will never be enough water to go around for everybody.
No, in fact, I've said many times over the last few years that that's going to be the biggest problem that America has.
That the world has.
That the world has. Thank you, Carla Stovall Steckline. We appreciate the information she dug out for us. And right quickly, let me tell you, Senator Grassley is still holding on. He says we're going to have a farm bill this year. I like Senator Grassley, but I don't know if he's got 9 days is all they're going to work on a farm bill. That's all they've got to work on it when they come back from recess. We'll tell you more on the next Steckline Report.